one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. They ain't doing nothing. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause I'm money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you, real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it.
We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we're coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning, so watch out cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah.
We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love, girl.
One love.
Yeah. Ay. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We slaying witches and demons, making a list like I'm Steven. This ain't the Garden of Eden. Playing this game, it's not even. I come with soldiers and legions. That is my name that you speaking. All of y'all live for the weekend. I don't know what you believe in. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. She rocking the two-piece and look like a snack. Stay out of trouble, but I got a new scheme. I'm sipping on wine while they sipping on that. I done told y'all if I see it, I cop it. You see what we rocking, we dripping all black. You being off, you seen this deposit. We brought a few bags and there's more in the back. I got riches storing up in heaven. I'm a big gorilla, I got ape aggression. Young and jaded like an adolescent. I'm slightly faded like an evanescent. Brand new villa up on the East Coast. You better come through because we stay progressing. If you roll with us, you better unpack before God teaches you an eternal lesson. Roll with me, you're gonna learn something. Roll with me, you're gonna earn some. We in the forest like we Fern Gully. If it's feeling off, I discern some. Clean hearts, but we stay muddy. Too smart, but we stay study. Staying face, cause we too ugly. All these jokers think they too funny. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, buses, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode, and today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you
It's a fucking Catalina.
All right, fam, welcome to the show, 3357. Hit the like button, subscribe, and, of course, check out the replays on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. That's where you can download the Swolenormous app and get access to all of our programs, yoga, meditation, and so much more. Best place to learn more about that is swolenormousx.com. Today's Swole card is Lift Heavy Shit. Drop that in the comments down below. We'll get some more gorillas for that. There we go. Keep that in focus. Lift heavy shit. Drop it in the comments. And we are going to jump right into today's episode. Time for some tips. Let's get into some Swole fan posts. Just an inch. It's cold outside. You could also start dropping your questions in the comments. We're only taking live ones, so make sure you do so, and we will get to your topics in the Knowledge Cock portion. Yesterday sent out a text asking members what you trained and what you're eating. Danny says, I'm eating eggs, beef, sweet potato, and spinach. Genevieve says, beef and eggs. Lots of Swole fan members eating beef and eggs. Love it. Active recovery day. Have 8,000 steps under my belt and some gentle swolga in already. Love to hear it. John eating some grass-fed and finished steak and brisket, fresh cherries, blueberries, apples, and dates all week. Kettlebell total body moving to 50 pounds on some of the bigger movements. Good for you. Juliet says, oh man, I fell on the sugar knife hard and put on 7 pounds. 7 pounds? On likely water, but still, well, likely water and fat. Today doing buys and tries and logging all my food, trying to hit the water and protein goals. Don't try, execute. And you don't fall on the sugar knife if you're not keeping garbage in your house. So, yeah. If you don't fall off, you don't have to get back on, right? Okay. Melissa says, hi, Papa. I'm training upper pull, maximum swole today. First meal of the day is my usual, eggs and fresh fruit. Thanks so much for keeping us on point, Melissa. Well, you're very welcome.
Hi, puppy.
All right. Time for some questions. Let's move on to Knowledge Cock. Now, of course, we only have a few from Instagram stories. So if you do want to keep me around in the question portion, drop your questions and topics in the comments down below. If you want to call into the show, go to askpapaswolio.com. You can record up to a minute and we will feature your question in an upcoming episode. Askpapaswolio.com. Let's get into a couple questions. Let's see. Ernesto Chavez, Papa Swolio. What's the best bicep and also the best chest exercise to grow muscle? There is no best. Pick a pressing movement and pick a curling movement. Very, very simple. It doesn't matter what it is. There's no best. You need to get stronger with that movement. A lot of people are just picking random exercises and they're not tracking their weights. They're not tracking their reps. So if you're not getting stronger, you're not going to be building muscle. Okay. If you're getting stronger, a lot of it's neuromuscular adaptations if you're new to lifting or if you're trying a new exercise, but you cannot build muscle. You're not very likely not building muscle unless you're building strength. So you have to get stronger. You know, if you see some numbers like, hey, this person benches 5, if you see some data, right? And someone says, oh, we're talking about a theoretical person. There are people like this. They bench 500, they squat 600, they deadlift 700. You have all these big numbers. Guess what? You're going to picture someone who's the size of a fucking brick shithouse. You know, you're not like, oh, this person's jacked and they're benching 150 and they're curling 25-pound dumbbells. That person's not going to be very big. All right. So mass moves mass. Get stronger. So best bicep, I would say, you know, there's no best, but an exercise you don't want to be without, preacher curl. Chest exercise, chest press. Dumbbell, Smith machine, converging machine press. Some are better than others, but you need to pick a stable exercise. A good chest exercise and get stronger. Get stronger, period. Drop D95. Papa Swolio, what's the best budget meat? Oof. 2 words that I never want to hear next to each other. Budget meat. That just sounds like the poops. What's the best budget meat to buy at the grocery store besides beef? Eggs. Beef and eggs are the best sources of protein. You could probably get turkey bacon. That's a good budget meat. Turkey bacon. So again, you want to get the highest quality you can. You want to get grass-fed and grass-finished, or get grass-fed. I mean, grass-fed, that's not grass-fed and grass-finished. It's not the same, but there's a lot of great prices out there. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's as expensive as people make it out to be. I do understand if it's $6, $7, $8 a pound, it sounds really expensive next to low quality. But again, you have to think about what the food is doing to your body. It's the only thing your body is making and regenerating organs and your skin and your brain. You don't want to skimp on that. You don't want to skimp on that and spend money on fucking new shoes or your car payment or insurance and stuff that is not improving your health. You know, people need to stop thinking of spending money on food. It's an investment. You know, they'll have all the latest phone, they'll have all these online subscriptions, and then they cheap out on the fucking food. So, I mean, beef is great. Look, if you can't afford grass-fed beef, I get it. Beef is going to be your best option anyway. But beef and eggs, man. Beef and eggs. You know, if you shortchange your health now and you opt for lower quality foods, you're going to be paying for that in the long run. You know, it's going to come back. It's going to come back and haunt you. Main Marshall on Rumble. Papa Swolio, is it a good strategy if you are doing total body to include one upper push Pull, squat, and hinge. I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. If it's total body, you're doing total body. You know, if you're only doing certain body parts, you know, what are you considering? I mean, when I talk about total body, it's you're hitting every body part. So I guess that would kind of hit every body part. You're just not. I mean, if you're just doing four, are you doing 4 exercises? If you need to put on a lot of mass, that's fine. Honestly, you know, keeping it more simple. But I'm not sure how well you're going to be recovering from that to do full body every other day. So there's a difference between, make sure you're thinking about maximum recoverable volume, not the minimum work it takes. So we talk about maximum minimum. I want to clarify that. You don't want to do 1 set if you can recover from 3. If you can recover from 2, do 2. If you can only recover from 1, do 1, depending on your split. So just because it's you don't want to do the minimum. You want to make sure you're recoverable. So it's the maximum recoverable volume, right? Because you want to get as much stimulus as you can, but you want to make sure you recover enough for your next session. And generally, you don't want to train body parts less than twice a week. 3 might be pushing it for most body parts, to be honest. I don't like doing most body parts 3 times a week, but you can do calves 3 times a week. You can maybe do traps or glutes, depending on what you're trying to prioritize. But two times a week is a real good like foundation. And then you can increase or decrease as necessary. So just because you're doing if you're doing an upper lower split doesn't mean you can't do some upper body exercises on the lower body day. You just do it first, right? If you're trying to prioritize arms, you can do another set or 2 of bicep curls or tricep extensions. If you are trying to do a little bit higher frequency, some body parts you might want to do less volume and more frequency, but you have to kind of figure out what that is. So in terms of total body, yeah, an upper push, a pull, squat, and hinge. Yeah, those are just general compound movements that will hit different things, but it depends on the frequency and what you're training. And of course, if you're doing full body, it doesn't mean every single full body workout has to have the same exercises. Even upper lower, you don't have to do the same things every time. You can have 3 different upper days and 3 different lower days. And you just do one like A and B 1 week, and then you do C, and then you do maybe you do upper A, and you maybe like upper A and lower C, and then you do upper B and lower A, if you want to name them like that. In other words, you can keep 2, 3, 4 exercises in a rotation that are still training those body parts, but it gives you a little variety and allows you to progress on different things. You don't have to do literally the same workout every single time. So if you're doing a full body workout, sure, you could do a general one, right? Maybe one of your upper body days is just a press, a pull, a squat, and a hinge. Okay, maybe your next day is a push and a curl. And, you know, I mean, there's different ways to do it. What really matters is what split you prefer and how much volume and the frequency of the body parts that you're training and what you're trying to prioritize. So the problem is a lot of people that are skinny or need to put on a lot of muscle mass, or they're fat and need to put on a lot of muscle mass. They're doing too many isolation and too many focused individual workouts. They're doing too many specific shoulder exercises or too many like curls and presses. Like these people just need to focus on pressing and getting stronger and pulling and getting stronger with just macro compound movements. Most people don't need to start isolating for a few years. You know, I mean, you can do, I'm not saying don't do curls or tricep extensions and stuff, but most people need to focus on the basics and the fundamentals, like we always talk about. Yeah, I agree. Nick says it's cheaper to eat healthy now than it is to eat fast food or junk food. Just look at Uber Eats. Shit's like 40, 50, 60 bucks, even just for junk food. You can get 5, 6, 7 pounds of quality beef and white rice and sweet potatoes and all that stuff. Is that a joke? Nick or Mark, what are your thoughts on consuming mustard post-workout? What the fuck are you talking? Is that a joke?
Gaming.
Consuming mustard? I hope that's a joke. That sounds disgusting. Why would you consume mustard post-workout? What's the logic behind that? It doesn't sound like there's any logic. It just sounds disgusting. I mean, if you like eating mustard, put it on some steak or some shit, or that sounds gross too. You're serious? Who the hell's saying that? Is that something I haven't heard about that. That's gross. What do I think? I think that's disgusting. Someone at work told you? People at your work are retarded. Papa Swolio, is there much difference between standing and seated calf raises, and does foot position matter much, such as toes pointed in and out? You don't need seated. Seated is very overrated. So standing will hit the soleus just fine. And toes pointed out will hit more of the medial gastroc, and toes pointed in will hit a little bit more of the lateral gastroc. So you could do toes in and out. You could do that kind of stuff. Focus on the stretch. Focus on holding the stretch for 3 to 5 seconds. You could drive all the way up, onto your toes, but you don't have to. The focus more on the bottom half of the movement. So you want to go really heavy, hold the stretch, and drive up. You could drive up at least to neutral. You get up as high as you can, but even if you could only just get to neutral, maybe you get all the way up for a couple reps. If you just focus on getting to at least neutral, that's the most important part. So the stretch to at least neutral, and hold that stretch. Focus on the stretch. Burns like a motherfucker. So there is a difference, but all the studies and research have shown that the seated is just really not. You could do seated, it's just not necessary. But if you want to add it in, or you don't have, all you have is a seated calf raise, or you want to fuck around with it, you're totally fine doing that. But, all the evidence shows that doing standing calf raises is going to hit the soleus and stuff plenty. So you don't need to. But if you want to throw it in, I don't think it's not going to hurt you or anything, but it's not necessary. But I think you'll find the biggest difference. Most people don't go heavy enough on their calf raises, and they don't focus enough on the stretch. They bounce. You see people bouncing out of the hole, or they go neutral and they're only just focusing on getting up on their tippy toes, when the gastroc loses its leverage dramatically when you get to about neutral. So you want to focus on the stretch, and you'll see a lot of progress if you focus on the stretch. So get to that stretch, hold it for 3, 5, like a 3 to 5 count, and then drive up and get to at least neutral, and then control the eccentric, hold that stretch for 3 to 5 seconds. We'll take one more. Chaz Balls 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get to Nick's question. Papa Swolia, I'm skinny, and I've just started to bulk up, but one arm is bigger than the other. How should I equal out? Focus on more volume isn't going to be the answer. You want to focus on the smaller arm. It might never be perfect, but prioritize. So after you do your bilateral work, do unilateral work and focus on the weaker arm, and without rest, go right into the stronger arm and match the reps. So just prioritize your weaker arm with unilateral movements and train it first after your rest period, and then go to the stronger arm with minimal rest and just match the proximity to failure. And then if that doesn't work, I mean, again, but when you do these kinds of things, people are like, oh, they're still not bigger, like a week later. I mean, you have to do this for like 4, 5, 6 months or more. Like you have to do this regularly. So people that prioritize certain body parts, they do it for a week or two and then wonder why they don't see progress. Like if you're trying a new split, or you're trying a new protocol, or you're trying to grow certain areas, yeah, you have to do it for like 4, 5, 6 months. Doing it for a month or two, you're not going to be like, wow, now I see all this growth. It takes months. I'm still grossed out about the whole mustard thing. For cramps, or you can just take electrolytes and eat some pickles or something. Mustard's gross. That's gross. That's gross. Mustard. Nick, Papa Swolio, what do you think about people who swear by doing calf extensions on the leg press? Personally, I think it's a waste of time. No, it's actually really good. It depends on what you have access to. So I personally don't. I have a leg press, but I'm not going to load up like 10 plates on each side. I mean, it depends if there's weights on there already, but it's a pain in the fucking ass to load up that much weight on a leg press. So it's not a waste of time. It's actually really good. You could also do single leg. Just be careful with like hyperextending your knee. The reason why it's a great option is because it takes pressure off your spine, because doing standing calf raises and stuff is very, very overloading on your neck. So you can take off the load. So I have a bunch of calf machines. So I have a bunch that are like seated, that have like rotary and leverage calf machines. You can donkey calf raises, like the same thing. I have a standing vertical, standing calf raise, which I really like, But if I'm trying to do a standing calf raise with a weight that's going to get me like 5 to 10 reps, it's like I have to load up like 800 pounds. It's just a lot of stress on my back and on my neck and on my axial skeleton. So it's more fatiguing than doing a leg press calf raise, for example, or my donkey calf raise. I could put on my lower back and it's almost like I'm relaxing into the movement. So leg press for calves is great. Not all leg presses are the same though. Some leg presses might be better than others. Or you do the machine with a stack. You do like the leg press stack machine. That could be really good. Like the sled or the hip sled. So it depends on the calf raise. It depends on the leg press that you have. But you could also do single leg too. So if you're loading up too many plates, you could also just do single leg. So it's actually really good. But again, like the angle and stuff, you know. Ali Jaber. I'm sure you've spoken about this, Papa Swole. To be clear, doing 8 sets a week is enough to build muscle. Sure, it's enough. Depends on how you're doing those 8 sets. It's not just about like, I did 8 sets. Are you pushing close to failure? Are you recovering enough? Is it you have good form and X, Y, and Z? I would say 5 to 10 sets, 4 or 5 to 10 sets over the course of 2 to 3 sessions in a week. So you could do 4 sets twice a week and you're doing 8 sets, or 3 sets twice a week, or 5 sets twice a week, or 5 sets or 10 sets over the course, or 9 sets a week, three sets 3 times a week if you're doing calves or traps or something. Again, it depends on what you're prioritizing. So if you're trying to prioritize certain body parts, you might train them first in a workout and give them more volume more frequently if you're recovering from it. So again, if you're just trying to build overall mass, stick to the basics, distribute the volume, prioritize the things that you want to build the most. So whatever you're trying to build the most, do it first in your workout or strategize around it. So for example, on leg days, I'm actually not going to do the most fatiguing exercises first. Like I'll do my leg press last, or whatever compound movement for my quads. I'll do, like yesterday, I did Nordic curls. I did my 45-degree glute hypers. I did leg extensions. I did calves, leg extensions, and then my squat press, just because if I do squat press first, or if I do leg extend, I'm just gonna be wiped out. I'm not gonna want to do other things afterwards. So I just do the most fatiguing thing later in my workout, just because I'm not gonna, if I do that first, if I do start off my leg day with heavy hack squats, I'm not fucking doing, I don't want to do anything after that. I'd rather do curls and extensions or adductors or whatever the heck I'm doing aside from that, and then end. When I say end, it's not like I'm wiped out, but I don't want to start off my workout with the most fatiguing thing, because then it's going to take away from the rest I'm doing. I really like doing leg extensions or doing that kind of more isolation before I do a heavy compound movement. I generally prefer that. Yeah, pickles are great if you get those fermented pickles. So, I've tried different things. I've tried, I still kind of go back and forth. I mean, I always leave the option. So I always come back. I tried torso and limb split. I tried anterior, posterior. I just keep on always. I try different things, but my preference keeps on coming back to just upper lower. And then upper lower can be whatever the hell I want it to be. And I keep coming back to, I'll do 2 days on, 1 day off. I just like doing every other day. I like doing every other day because it allows me to do something. For me, I like the every other day. And if I do every other day, it allows me to do upper lower, allows me to do full body if I want to. It allows me to pick and choose what I want to do for upper or lower. And what I like about every other day is the fact that I can do something every other day. So I can train calves 4 days a week, or every other day, skip one if I'm still sore or if I need to. And I can do 2 or 3 sets, or I can do forearms twice a week or do 3 times a week. So if I'm doing every other day, I can have certain body parts if I want to bring something up and train that with more frequency and kind of adjust maybe my exercise selection within that paradigm. And if I have something coming up and I, maybe can't lift for a couple days, I can always throw in a full body and then get back to the every other day and just limit the volume and go back to an upper lower split. So I just kind of keep on gravitating back to upper lower. And remember, when I say upper lower, when I say full body doesn't have to be, you don't have to train every single body part every time you do upper body or every time you train lower body. So people that do lower body, it's like, okay, and they look at all these exercises. Okay, I have to do leg extensions and a squat and a leg press and a hip hinge. I have to do like stiff leg deadlifts and hypers and hip bridges and adductor and abductor and calves and my anterior tibialis. And they're doing like 15 different exercises. Like, you don't have to do every single thing because there's certain movements that are going to hit body parts. They're going to be redundant. Like, I like doing leg extensions before I do a squat pattern. So I'll have a leg day that might be more quad focused. And then another leg day, I might not do the squat press or a squat. I might just do leg extensions only. So you can have a leg day that's a little bit more glute and ham focused. And then your other leg day, and you alternate between a glute focused leg day. You're still doing quads, but then you have one that's more maybe squat pattern and leg extension. You do a little bit more volume for quads, for example. And then you have one where let's say on the glute and ham day where I'm not doing maybe a heavy leg press or a pendulum squat, maybe I'll do the adductor machine on that day. You have to figure out what you like and what you need to focus on. If there's a certain area of your body after you've built muscle that you're trying to focus on, then focus on that and then adjust that. But I kind of like having the every other day because then every single day or every time I train, I'm coming off a recovery day. So whether I'm doing upper, whether I'm doing lower, I'm fresh. And then depending on what I want to focus on, I can prioritize that in my training. So for upper body day, if I come up on an upper body day, I usually have totally fine recovery. But let's say, for example, on an upper day, my back or my traps, I did a new exercise and I pushed too hard and I'm like, man, I'm really fucking sore. Cool, then I don't do that. It's an upper day. It doesn't have to be every single upper. Or my biceps or my elbows bothering me. It's like, cool, I'll just do flies. I won't do any biceps or triceps, or my triceps are still sore. So I just do push and pull essentially, but it's still upper. And just because it's an upper day doesn't mean you can't do calves. Doesn't mean you can't do, forearms. Or maybe you have an upper day, but let's say your last lower day, you overdid, whatever it was, like your quads. And your quads were still sore. So you skipped quads on the lower day. And now you have upper and you want to throw in one or two sets or one set of leg extensions. And then you take a day off and then you want to hit legs again. And you can kind of get a stimulus in there. You can mix it up. So it's essentially, it can be full body every other day, but it doesn't have to be every single thing full body. It doesn't have to be only upper. Every other day is just a good way to give yourself the opportunity to have more frequency with certain body parts you're trying to prioritize, or you don't, and you just do upper or lower and you're getting it twice a week. So there's just, it just seems like, and again, it depends on your schedule. So there's nothing wrong with doing Monday to, I know it doesn't have to be Monday, Tuesday, but we just start the week on Monday because everyone kind of has been programmed their entire life. So if you're doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, and then Thursday, Friday, like upper, lower, rest, and then rest, that's fine. Because some people, their schedule with work, they just want to take the weekends off. Okay, so organize it so you do upper, lower, rest, and upper, lower, rest. You could just do upper, lower, rest, and then upper, lower, rest, and just you start again on Sunday. You don't have to wait till Monday. I just make my own schedule. So for me, every other day, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It's just a day of recovery. And if I want 2 days of recovery, even with every other day, sometimes I want an extra day of recovery. So I just take it and I'll do other things. So it's whatever. And again, you can adjust it. There's a lot of different splits, right? I mentioned anterior, posterior. There's torso and limbs. Torso means you do chest, back, and shoulders, and then you'll do arms and legs. But again, if you're trying to prioritize your legs, you're going to want to focus on your legs first. So you probably prefer upper, lower. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. Let's see. Chaz Balls 123. I'm skinny and I've just started to bulk up, but one arm. Oh, we did this one already. Leo said so. What's your take on high count burpees as a main workout? The fuck? As a main workout? Gaming. No. Jesus VS 96. Papasolio, training so hard, CrossFit every day, and still don't like my body, especially my arms. Okay, so get into actual strength training with proper recovery. I don't blame you. CrossFit is about exhausting yourself. It's not about building muscle. So I recommend a quality strength training program that will help you target specific body parts like your arms. Welcome to Building Muscle. Glenn Wolliner. Oh my goodness. By the way, I did see Aaron ask a question about intermittent fasting, but I just ignored it and didn't even address it. I disrespected it. Glenn is asking about it. Opinion on intermittent fasting and lifting heavy on a regular basis. Yeah, lifting heavy is awesome. And intermittent fasting, I don't care if you skip a meal. Just get your protein in and eat when you need to. You know, I mean, I don't recommend going. I don't like fasting. People sleep like shit when they're fasting at night and stuff like that. But if you don't want to eat breakfast, that's a personal preference. Need to do that Arnold impression with a cigar in your mouth? Hey, Claudius. You killed my father. Big mistake. Deek. Thoughts on carnivore animal based? Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. That's my thoughts on it. It's awesome. All right. I couldn't escape. I tried. I couldn't escape from the intermittent fasting. I tried not to address it, but I think that was Aaron. So Aaron is moonlighting as Glenn. Aaron's new name is Glenn. I know what you're doing. You just pulled someone's picture. By the way, yesterday we dropped new merch, new fanny packs. Wow. So we got fanny packs, we got zip hoodies, and we got brand new shirts, 1776% natty. Awesome. Check it out, papaswolio.com. New merch. Everyone loves some new merch. Let's get into some balls deep content. We'll take some more questions if you have them, if they filter in.
That's deep.
Let's see what we got here. All right, let's take the shortest one first. Get an appetizer. All right, shortest first usually means short bus. This one says glitter bombing ice. Oh, are you gonna assault federal officers?
What's in the box?
Oh, straight to jail.
Those of you out glitter bombing ice, under no circumstances should you exclusively use red and dark red glitter and mix into it powdered cayenne and powdered cinnamon. Under no circumstances should you do this.
All right. So calling for violence against federal agents. Excellent. I cannot wait. I can't wait till all these people, the gloves come off and they start just arresting everyone that's harassing, as they should be already. So it's coming. It's coming. Keep it up. Glitter bomb them. Throw cayenne pepper. Throw bricks. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Arrest them all. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. All right, let's do this one. We'll do another ice one. We'll do it last. Let's do this one first. No problem being fat. Let's see what we got.
But I don't see a problem with being fat. We live in a fat-phobic society, and people are constantly telling us there's something wrong with being fat.
It's not good for your health, and it shows that you don't care for your body. This person doesn't look, skinny fat. She doesn't look like she has muscle tone, but she's not like obese.
There's not. There's really not. For some people, not only is being fat healthier than being in a skinny or small body.
You're not in a skinny or small body. You have more or less body fat based on your lifestyle habits.
But it's good for their mental health too.
That doesn't make any sense.
But also, normally when I say I don't have a problem with people being fat, people are like, but what about their health?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a burden on society and our sick care system, but you don't care about insurance rates and all that, do you?
Bad for their health.
It is.
Excuse me? Since when do we care about what other people do with their bodies? I think that's
since when do we care about what other people do to their bodies? Well, tell that to all the women that are screaming to try to kill babies. They're not pro-choice, they're pro-abortion. So what about all the same fucking tards like yourself and all these other libtards that are forcing experimental gene therapy on people for the past 5 years and trying to put people who were not vaccinated, get rid of their businesses, fire them, take away their kids, put them in literal concentration camps. How about that? you care what other people do for their bodies if it doesn't suit your cult narrative. So go fuck yourself.
Really interesting thing to say, isn't it? Because if you saw someone, I don't know, drinking alcohol, which is proven to slowly deteriorate your organs over time.
What the fuck are you putting in the coffee?
Would you say that's bad for your health? You shouldn't do
Yeah.
that. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. I do all the time. Yeah, alcohol is bad for you. I used to drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol anymore. It is objectively bad for you. So yes, I would say that. Next point of contention.
You keep it to yourself because it's their body.
I don't keep things to myself. I'll say it to their face.
Their choice what to do with their body.
Oh, it's their choice until CNN tells me to hate everyone who doesn't want to put experimental gene therapy in their body. So it's always, right, my body, my choice, until it's something I don't agree with, and then it's your body, my choice. Right. Gotcha.
So why is being fat any different? I think that people have such a problem with fat people that they bring in health as a way to say that it's like a problem. No, the problem is you, actually. The problem is you, because for some people, or actually a decent amount of people, being labeled fat is not problematic.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, yeah, it isn't good for their health. People have such a problem with fat people. Why would people have... You know what? I don't have a problem with fat people because my entire business is built around helping people improve their health. The problem is fat people that make stupid content that promotes obesity, that pretends like it's not a bad thing, that pretends like it's not bad for your health, that grifts on weak and uninformed people. That's the problem. The fat positivity is a problem. The grifting, pretending like obesity isn't a major issue is a problem. So you can be fat and shut the fuck up, or you can make content trying to, pretend like, it's like pretending a man is a woman and a woman is a man. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. You're not, I don't know, fucking wolf gender. No, you're mentally deranged. You're obese. Can you be obese? Of course you can. Most people are. But can you be obese and healthy? No, you cannot. Can you pretend that obesity? No, not on my watch. So you can lie to people and get it shoved in your face because you're an idiot, or you can just shut the fuck up and be fat. But the problem is they open their mouths and pretend like it's something that they've achieved, that they should be lauded for their laziness and their gluttony, and I'm not going to feed into it. Okay. Stupid gonna stupid. Let's see this one. We got one more, and then we're going to do Swole card and throwback. This one's called Waste Ice's Time. Ooh, again, another hypothetical video, right? Hypothetical to waste Ice's time. So don't do this. Hey, don't do this to Ice. You should not do this, and goes to explain what you should do. So again, this is still a call to action, and these people should be investigated and or arrested. So you can't post these videos. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Hey, don't put cayenne pepper in glitter bombs when you throw them in ice. Hey, don't go throw bricks at ICE agents. You should not throw bricks at ICE agents. I'd be very upset if you went, we know what you're doing. So anyway, hypothetically, of course.
This is a tutorial on how you can waste ICE's time. Hypothetically speaking.
Jesus Christ, dude. Talk about the poster child for TRT. Holy eyebrows and holy dead behind the eyes. This is like textbook Antifa face. You got Antifa face. This is what you see when they see the arrest sheets and everyone looks like glossed over eyes like MK Ultra. You seen the rap sheets where like all these Antifa people get like arrested and they all look the same, just dead behind the fucking eyes, right?
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Of course, not that I've ever done this, nor would I ever, because who would want to waste a government agency's time? However, hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to, these are a few ways that you could try it out. So ICE has a tip line that's available on their website. It's listed right there. and you can call it 24/7 to report suspicious activity related to illegal immigration. If you manage to get an ICE officer on the phone, you can always just make up a 1 or 2 minute scenario of something that never happened that they can look into. However, if you get the voicemail,
so literally you can call in fake reports. You know, that's a felony, right? Isn't that a felony? You can't just call like 911 and like file fake police reports. I don't know. I think it's a felony or whatever. It's not legal. You're not allowed to do that. So that's a crime.
Much more common. I recommend leaving a wet, juicy fart sound effect. This one is currently my favorite.
That's not a wet, juicy fart sound. That's literally that's a shit your pants sound. That's look, this guy is such a fucking idiot. He doesn't even know what a wet fart sounds like. That's not a wet fart, dude. You shit your fucking pants with that sound. That ain't air, bro. That's not a fart. That's shit. That's poop. That's poop.
Yeah. They also have a hotline that you can text, and I figured out that you can send images to the number. As you can see, I took great advantage of that, and I sent them my favorite image. All of this is hypothetical. I would never do this. Who on earth would waste a government agency's time? However, if you wanted to do this, I think that these are a few good options. Leave some more options in the comments below for hypothetical scenarios.
Yeah, well, the one thing that you can take from this is don't be a faggot. So there you go. There you go. That's good advice. I'm going to make sure that you guys don't fall into the same fag trap as this guy. All right, this is why we use the term, right? This is why retarded is a great term. And this is why in the 90s and early 2000s, you had to call people faggots when they were being faggots. That's why we use the term. And that's why we have to bring it back, because it has nothing to do with your sexuality. It has to do with him being a faggot, as obviously he proved. So it's important to understand the context of the term. Okay. So let's get into the Swole card and let's go through it. Lift heavy shit. Who's going to win today's Swole card? Let's give it away and then we'll do a throwback. Very exciting times, fam. Lift heavy shit. Don't get pegged like that, dude. Oh. All right. Well, say it 3 times and he's going to show up and make you make sick fucking gains. It's Candyman 156. Congratulations. You gotta say Papa Swolio 3 times and I'll show up and make you go to the fucking gym. Congratulations, Candyman 156. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3357 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body.
The more
of
you
the
hate
email.
me, the more you will learn.
Everyone loves to lift heavy shit. Now Candyman spamming the chat. Now you're spamming the chat. Now, come on. Don't make me regret it. Don't make me regret it. Come on now. Come on now. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Easy. Don't spam the chat. Actually, it wasn't one of your spammed ones at the end, so it was earlier up. All right. Congratulations, Candyman. Let's do a throwback. Where's my button? There it is. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Speaking of faggots, let's do this one. All right. Here we go. Look at this throwback. Sorry for your eye holes.
Sounds crazy, but trans women can produce milk. Feed a baby.
Nope.
Here's how. Step 1, you must grow your coconuts.
Who the fuck is this guy?
After about 3 to 5 years of estrogen, you will have fully functional milk ducts.
Wrong.
That is
From which you can feed a baby. So
Jeez.
once your coconuts are grown, it is time to start producing milk. Now, normally getting pregnant would trigger milk production, but since trans women can't get pregnant, we...
Wait a second. Was that a fuck up? Let's play that again. I want to make sure I heard it right.
Now,
You know it's really, it's legit when I have the same reaction. Oh my God. I love it. I said the same both times. I'm like, whoa. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't even mean to. I haven't even watched this.
production, but since trans women can't get pregnant, we...
Wait a second. Was that a fuck up? Let's play that again. I want to make sure I heard it right.
Now, normally getting pregnant would trigger milk production, but since trans women can't get pregnant, we must do it another way.
Since trans women can't get pregnant.
Got your ass. Yeah. Got your ass. Jesus Christ, you can't make that up. Is that true? I haven't seen videos from that idiot in a while. Someone said he's off social media. Let me see. Mark says a mom who was in one of the bathroom photos in Disney is suing him. Good for her. Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, he was doing like some video like I'm in a bathroom in Disney. That's a weird fetish, man. Again, it's just, we've been saying this for years, but it's just coming out more. These people are mentally insane, and it's just a fetish. They get off on pretending like they're a woman. It's really fucked up. He's currently under investigation. Good. Should be. He has a kid? He reproduced? All right. I don't want to think about this. That's great news. That's great news. He's being investigated? Yeah, that's right. You can't, yeah, it should be. That should be a crime everywhere. Robert says he took pics in all the bathrooms in Disney, which is a crime in Florida. Oh, I did hear about that. He was like, look, I'm in the bathrooms. Whee! That's fucking gross. That's weird. That's weird. Which is a crime in Florida. Should be a crime everywhere. I love how Florida is the only, or one of the few based states. It's like, yeah, you can't do that shit. We will find you. We will arrest you. Gross. Gross. All right. Well, congratulations, Candyman. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Beastcast. Go to the fucking gym. Subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. And join the fam today. Download the Swole Enormous app. Check out the brand new merch over at papaswolio.com. Hats, mugs, flags, stickers, ringtones. We got what? We got the fanny packs. Zip up hoodies. We got new merch. We got new merch and new styles. 1776% natty. Go check it out, papaswolio.com. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans, I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't laugh and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping.